You will hear a talk about badgers. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Listen carefully to the talk and answer questions 31 to 40.
Today, we continue our series on the wildlife of Britain with a look at one of our favourite mammals, the badger. Some of you may have a picture in your mind of the reclusive, bespectacled, shuffling, down at heel, but kind, welcoming and laid-back Mr. Badger from The Wind in the Willows. Not a bad picture. Being nocturnal, they fall into both the poor eyesight and reclusive categories. But they are among their kind very gregarious animals. They live in large underground sets, a complex system of tunnels and chambers, which can be both very extensive and very old. One set, for example, has recently been discovered to have been in use for over 100 years. As to their taxonomic classification, they are in the class Mammalia, like us, in the order Carnivora, again like us, and in the family Mustelidae, along with ferrets, minks, otters, weasels and wolverines. The classification of badgers is quite complex, and categories are under constant revision. Scientists generally agree on 3 species: the Eurasian badger, the Asian hog badger, and the North American badger. Some people include the honey badger, but it's only a badger in name and is both genetically and genealogically distant from the others. To most people, though, they are just small mammals with flat, wedge-shaped bodies, broad feet with long claws, and coarse hair that can be black, brown, gold, or white. Badgers can grow up to 20 to 34 inches long from head to tail. The tail adds an additional 4 to 6 inches to its length, and they weigh between 9 and 39 pounds, which is, let me just work it out, about 18 kilograms. They have long, strong claws on their front feet to do all that digging. They also have very powerful jaws and a very nasty bite, so don't approach a wounded badger if you come across one. A healthy badger will probably run away if you approach it, and they can move a lot faster than you think. The distinctive black and white stripes on their face are not there to make them look cute or endearing. It is what is known as warning coloration and meant to scare off would-be attackers. Badgers are common over most of Britain, living in a wide variety of habitats, though, as I mentioned, they are secretive and elusive animals. Their sets are usually situated in or near small clearings in woodland or copses. Roughly 80% or so are in woodlands or hedgerows, where trees or their roots provide the badger with some form of protection. The set will be obvious to those who know what to look for, as the ground around the used entrances will probably be free of vegetation and may be muddy and may show evidence of badger prints. They tend to build their sets where the ground is easy to dig, preferably in sandy soil, both because it is easy to dig and stays drier than other soils. They will dig in chalk and broken limestone as well, but avoid clay, which is wet and sticky. Badgers also like to dig where there is a good slope, such as on the side of a hill or in a bank. Water drains away better on a slope, and this means that the set stays dry. What do they eat? Well, it comes as a surprise to some people that their favourite food is earthworms. A surprise because it doesn't seem like a square meal for an animal the size of a badger. It does take a lot of worms to satisfy a hungry badger, and on a busy night, they can eat up to 200 of them. They are an essential part of their diet because, as well as providing nutrition, they are also good for hydration. As I said earlier, badgers are in the taxonomic order of carnivora, but in fact, they are omnivores, which means they eat both meat and plants. They are particularly fond of peanuts, usually left out for them by friendly humans, and sweet corn. Other foods they enjoy include slugs, small mammals such as hedgehogs, snails, birds' eggs, and fruit. Finally, to their conservation status. Well, we all know about the cull being carried out at the moment because it is feared that badgers spread bovine TB. That is an issue we won't go into today, but they are not on the endangered list. Nor are adult badgers threatened by any natural enemies, although badger cubs, as the young are called, are sometimes taken by foxes, and large birds of prey such as golden eagles and buzzards have been known to take one or two. The American badger population is also in good shape, with several 100,000 spread across the United States. The Asian hog badger is doing less well. In some areas, it is listed as near threatened, having seen a decline of about 30% over 3 generations, while in others, Vietnam, Laos and China, it is on the severely threatened list.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You now have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. That is the end of test 3.